All right, welcome back. It's another episode of the End Podcast, Paradigm Shifting. I am your host, your friend, your guy, your favorite DJ, your favorite DJ's favorite DJ, DJ Silk, aka Brandon. Did I say that? I think I did. Anyway, I'm tired. I've been chilling all day. I've taken some much needed time off from the rest of my life, and so I am in chill mode. But this morning, while scrolling through my social media, I was inspired. And so, therefore, here I am with something to talk about to you, and hopefully, it will make a positive impact on you. So, as I'm laying in bed and I'm scrolling through my social media feed, I ran across a couple of posts that reminded me of a part of my life that I gave up a ways back, which is I stopped needing or wanting validation from most of the world around me. Now, if I get validation for the things I do, then great, I'm happy. However, I stopped trying to impress people unless they hold the keys to whatever rooms I want to have access to. So let me say that again, but in a much clearer way. The only people I consider when I make a move are the people that can give me access to what I want or need, the people who could potentially be hurt by my actions, and to a lesser extent, the people I respect. So the post that I came across this morning were people broadcasting to the theys of the world what their next moves were going to be and what they weren't going to put up with anymore. Now, the energy broadcast in these posts are negative, and the posters' intentions were to put the theys on notice. And my best guess about these announcements is that the people who make these posts are hoping that they themselves will be motivated to follow through with the changes while simultaneously scaring and pissing the theys of the world off. The folks that make these kinds of posts must subscribe to DJ Khaled's way of thinking, which is that there are droves of people out there that have made it their life's mission to make sure that you lose. I understand there's trolls out there, there's people out there that do like to play the foil, but it's not that deep. Okay. And before I move forward, I do have a question for you, a side question. So, what level of success does DJ Khaled need to reach before the people reject the image he puts out there of him being an underdog? Like, how many millions of dollars does he need to generate? Or how many hit records does he need to produce? Or how many endorsement deals does he need to secure before the world at large will tell him to shut the fuck up when it comes to they don't want us to win, or they didn't believe we could do it, but God did? You can hear him say that, right? You can hear him in his voice saying, saying that. I can certainly hear it. It is catchy. I must admit, very catchy. But um, I do get that when you work in a sought after industry and you're either close to the top or at the top, that the competition is aggressive. I also understand that there are people out there who will work harder at trying to tear the competition down than they will work at developing their own success. I personally experienced dealing with people like this early on in life, and it was frustrating at times, but those people only were effective when I let them and their energy in my head. Now, maybe I should have played it the way DJ Khaled did, and I too would be a multi-millionaire with all the clout in the world, a Miami mansion, and a personal chef. Um, but that's not the case. I took my own way. And keep in mind, it is not my intention to hate or tear down DJ Khaled. I just believe that at this stage of his success is very disingenuous for him to still use that approach when on social media he presents a lifestyle that is incredibly opulent. And 99.999999% of his fans can't even imagine having 5 minutes of his success, let alone almost 20 years of it. Also, with keeping with the energy of this episode, I must say, if DJ Khaled, shout out to Khaled, hi Khaled, should he ever watch or listen to this content, he absolutely shouldn't give a fuck about my opinion on his personal on a personal level, because I am me and he is he, and what I eat doesn't make him shit, and vice versa. He's doing just fine in life, and I wish him continued success. Just maybe lighten up on the underdog shit. You're not an underdog anymore. You haven't been an underdog for about a good 10, 15 years. But back to us regular folk. First of all, I commend anyone who begins the process to work on whatever they need to change. Although I stopped announcing to the world what changes I was about to make, I do recognize the utility in sharing that information. The announcement creates some healthy self pressure to perform, and it gives the people who will be affected by the change the opportunity to adjust their expectations of you. However, for me, the moment I heard Diddy say, "Don't talk about it, be about it," in Pastor Cavassier, Part 2, circa 2002, I began the process of just making moves without speaking on them too much. And it has worked for me. Secondly, don't make life easy for your enemies, haters, naysayers, and people who think who you think enjoy torturing you, aka the theys, by letting them live in your head rent free. I promise you, I promise you that they aren't thinking of you most of the time. Meanwhile, you're not only worrying about them, you're taking the time to create posts acknowledging them. And if comments happen, then comment happen to grow from the post, you're spending even more time and energy responding. Don't do that. Please don't do that. And if you're doing it, stop it. They're living their lives dealing with the same challenges you are, so they have very little energy or time to sit back and run a hate campaign against you. And let's be real, anyone who does have that kind of time and energy to come for you more than likely doesn't have the kind of clout to actually be effective at holding you back. Now, sure, everyone can find a moment or two to throw some hate at someone else's way. However, on our level of existence, none of us are important enough to the world at large to or even small groups of people for them to hate on you or to operate a campaign to slow you down for more than 30 seconds at a time, unless you focus on their energy rather than focusing on what you need to do. So, what I'm suggesting to you is that you set yourself free by stop giving a fuck about the days of your world. Wolves don't lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. You're a wolf and you eat sheep. So, therefore, every moment outside of the window of time you need to eat, you shouldn't have a care about what the sheep are doing or how they're feeling about you or anyone else. I mean, how much time do you have to worry about other people, what other people are doing? Probably not all that much if you're working towards living your best life, right? So if you don't have the time to spend more than a minute or two on other people's stuff, then you can be sure that they don't have much time either. And if they do, then they don't have the kind of power to slow you down unless you give them that power by allowing them to live rent free in your head. Yeah, I know I said that before, but I'm saying it again because it's a very, very important point that I'm not trying to make, I'm making to you. Do you and do it with love and passion and intent. And if their opinions can't stop you from getting what you want, then ignore the fuck out of them. The moment you stop caring about what the world around you thinks about you is the moment that you set yourself free. It's as simple as that. So stop talking about your haters. Stop worrying about your haters. Stop giving them life by paying attention to what they're doing. Stop posting about that shit and their shit and whatnot. Because at the end of the day, if you don't nurture it, it won't grow. They go away. They only hang around if you give them the time and energy and attention that they're looking for. All right. So, how do y'all feel about that? Please let me know. Comment, like, share, subscribe, all the things. Yes, I snuck in a call to action on you. That's what I got to do, right? Trying to grow this podcast. So, we are early in 2023. The energy for change, new year, new me is still kind of out there. So, like, hop on it and don't worry. If you're late to the party, you can start the new year, new me in March, April, May, whenever you feel like you need to. So, I really appreciate you spending this time with me and sharing these moments because you can't get time back. So anytime you share any of your time with me, I am greatly appreciative of that. Okay. If you were listening to this podcast on your favorite podcast provider, such as I keep saying iTunes, I'm old, Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Google Podcasts or your favorite podcast service provider, keep in mind you can also watch this on YouTube. It's all there. The End Podcast, the End Podcast. And stay tuned because pretty soon the Culture Misfits podcast will be back. And also Soul School on Mixcloud and Twitch. Mixes, they're dope. They're hot. Produced, mixed, executed by your favorite DJ, your favorite DJ's favorite DJ Silk. So make sure you are a part of all of that. If you're not following me on Instagram at DJ Silk, and if you go to my profile and click on the link, you will see the links for all the other things that I do. And I really would appreciate and love you for your attention, for those clicks, because those clicks matter. All right. So this is the End Podcast, Paradigm Shifting. I am Brandon, aka DJ Silk. Let your haters die. In fact, they don't exist. You don't have any haters, okay? Everybody's pulling for you. They're pulling for you. They want you to win, okay? Everybody thought you could do it as well as God, okay? All right, until the next time, I'm out. Be safe, be well.